welcome to today's Sports Talk Radio segment. We have a live studio audience today, one of the first we've had in a while. And today we'll be talking about the MLB's pretenders and contenders for the playoffs. What do you guys think?
I think a big contender for this year is the Philadelphia Phillies. They've had three pretty much aces pitching. In the All-Star game, they have 3 of the 4 infielders, and I think they play well together and are a very talented team, so I think they can go all the way.
Yeah, question about that. Do you think Trey Turner, he's had some ups and downs. The Phillies fans have really gotten him back. But do you think he'll play well in the playoffs? Because, he'll boot some balls and he'll be in a terrible spot. Do you think that'll happen this year?
I think that if he keeps his attitude up and hits like he is now, but just works on his fielding a bit more, then I think he'll be good and keep being a big part of this Phillies offense and maybe even contributing to being a better defense.
I think I think the Giants are pretenders because it doesn't look like they're going to add anybody in the trade deadline, and they don't really have any minor league prospects, and they need somebody to step up on their team. Otherwise, they're not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't think
They don't have any big names.
I believe that the New York Yankees are a team to look out for because they have a lot of veteran talent that knows how to play in the postseason. And I think that they're a team to look out for in the AL.
Do you think in the bright lights at Yankee Stadium in the playoffs, will tensions flare between Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, and Juan Soto, or do you think their chemistry is good enough?
They can all work together, and they've all been there before in the playoffs, and I think they know how to handle it, all the pressure, and how to work with other people, especially stars like each other.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the Chicago Cubs are pretenders this year with a great young team, definitely, with veteran experience like Dansby Swanson. He's already won a World Series with the Braves in 2021. I think the Cubs team they're definitely a great team. In a couple years, they could win their division. I think the Brewers are going to win their division this year with Wilson Contreras and William Contreras, excuse me. In that team, I think the Cubs in a couple years, if they can develop everyone and get with Shota Imanaga, he had a great first month, but then he's definitely a great pitcher, but not as good as people thought he would be after his first month. And Seiya Suzuki, I think he's just not adapted to the big lights like last year in Atlanta when he dropped that ball. I think he just has to calm down. And I think he just has to just adapt to this big spotlight.
Another team that could be a contender is the Baltimore Orioles. They have a ton of young talent and some great prospects coming up in the minors. So I think they're a team to look out for in upcoming years, and not say that they're not bad this year, even with more people coming in. So.
Yeah, and I feel like that the Brewers, I feel like their chances to win a World Series are kind of running out. I mean, they got a lot of old players on their team, and maybe in these next 2 or 3 years they could maybe make a deep playoff run, but they don't have a bunch of young talent on their team.
Yeah.
Obviously, you said that the Yankees were a contender, and you said the Orioles were a contender. Who do you think will win the AL East?
The AL East, I think we're going to have to go with the Yankees this year.
But I think whoever does not win that division will be the number 1 wild card, and they will both have good chances to make a run in the playoffs.
And those two teams, I think they're going to be, especially in that division last year, 2 years ago, how that team was stacked and how they only had.
Orioles have never been good, really, in the past 5 years.
They haven't really been able to execute. They've been at the top half of the division, but have never just gotten over that hump. But I think in the next few years, especially with that young core they have, if they can get Jackson Holliday up into the majors and get him raking
in the Buffalo Bills jersey.
What are your reasonings behind the Yankees winning the AL East over the Orioles?
The Orioles are not 100% fully developed. I think in the next couple of years they can 100% win the division, but with the Yankees' veteran talent and the way that they know how to play together, I think they have a better chance this year.
Yeah, I think with Gunnar Henderson, Adley Rushman, I think that those are definitely great two players right there. But I think they're just too young. They haven't gotten that experience. They got swept in the wild card, or they got swept by the Rangers last year. So they don't have that experience. And I think when the Yankees, when they die down a little bit, the Orioles will be waking up. Their young stars will be just getting better, and they can, explode and win that division. And
You in the black shirt.
Do you think that like Otani and the Dodgers are gonna go far?
No, I think they're gonna.
I mean, I think they'll definitely win their division, but I don't know.
Very talented team.
They're a very talented team, but I don't know about like winning the World Series or the pennant. But like, I think they'll definitely make a deep run in the play. I mean, maybe make a run in the playoffs, but their pitching just isn't like.
Their starters are great, but the relievers have not been helping them out as much as they have in the past this year.
And just to add on before we wrap it up, I think that Shohei Ohtani, we're gonna need to see him pitch after his second Tommy John surgery last offseason. I think that if he becomes one of the more dominant starters as he has been and still continues to rake as he is this year, I think that that Dodgers team can, because they have the
talent.
they have the veteran presence, they have the young players. I think that's a World Series winning team right there. If Shohei can,
Come
because
back from his injuries.
Clayton Kershaw comes back. Those are two of the best pitchers in the MLB, and I think that team can win the World Series. And that's all the time that we have today. Thank you for our live audience today that helped us out with those questions. And I'm Owen, Charlie, and Sean. Thank you for watching.